Hey, everybody. So, another conversation with Elgin, and I've got my good friend Michael here. Michael, I want to say welcome. We're going to have a little conversation, guys, and talk about some things. A little backstory again on Michael. He and I were both at another real estate company a couple of years ago. It's been a couple of years already, and Mike has come over here at EXP and is a newer agent and has done some really great things, and he's got a lot of really good momentum going right now. So I kind of wanted to talk to him a little bit. Wanted to have some of Michael's takes on things that are going on in the real estate market and with EXP, and see who out there we can help and who he can bring a little bit of value to. So how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very, very well. Thank you, Elgin. And thanks
That
you.
was good.
Yeah, life is good.
Yeah, Hey, so as always, man, this will be more of a conversation. But guess what? I actually did write down some notes. And for
Good.
those that know me, know I'm not as good at writing down notes. Sometimes I just jump into stuff. But I actually have not a whole lot, just some talking points. And one of the things that I wanted to ask Michael, since it's now been, it's been approximately, I guess, about 2 years
Yep.
since we've been here now, right? About 2 years.
Yep. 2 years.
And let me ask you this, Mike, since you come over, because I was going over this for myself, is what have you found at EXP that maybe was a little bit better than what you were anticipating or had even thought about for when you first decided to make the move? Has there been anything that stands out?
It's hard to pick just one.
Right?
Um, at first, I was a little, nervous about not being around people and the collaboration, just all the different ways that we can contact people, hold of our broker, workplace, being able to get information that way, and just the uh, openness of people, willingness to help it out and collaborate has been incredible. And that's really what I've found here that was not as much at other places that I was at, but really that I was expecting some, but it's taken it where I thought maybe it was going to be at level 6, and it's been like 10, 11, 12. It's been great.
You know what? That's interesting because I kind of thought that too. It's amazing how you can actually be virtual between the tools that we have between the EXP world and just the workplace chat group. And I actually myself feel more connected than I did going to the physical office, and actually seem to get more gems, kind of more good ideas, and more than just the stand by the water cooler and coffee talk stuff. I found that interesting myself. Do you do a lot of the classes, or I shouldn't say a lot, or just some of the collaboration that goes on inside the world?
I do. I try to do, at least a couple a week, just because that's something there. But there's really some key points. Like this morning, I was at the iConversations, which was great, and you pick up some great points and little tips that the people who are doing it and do top producers and are really succeeding on what you can do. So I try to attend there. Our brokers, our contracts class. You can always pick up something, from there and make sure that your paperwork is done right because that's what we're getting paid for, right? Sure.
Right, right. Yeah,
Live
it's
there.
cool.
Yeah.
I guess it's cool to also get your paperwork, and I know for me it was a pet peeve of previous companies, so it's nice to have your file closed and to get your check at the same time everybody else gets theirs. Having funds wired, it's like whoa, this all of a sudden feels like a real business.
Ex-
That's pretty cool. I've enjoyed that myself. So question that I've been asking people and been discussing in different groups and even different masterminds and stuff now. So I'll ask you this: is initially, I don't think any of us knew what to expect when the pandemic came out, and things began to shut down, and our industry changed quite a bit. Open houses, just different things in our area. how have you felt that you've been able to survive, thrive through the pandemic? What things are you doing maybe that are maybe just a tad bit different than what you were doing previously, or are you doing anything good?
Well, I am doing a lot more Zoom and virtual things, which is, helping out a lot. Really, what's really kind of clicked, and it's been kind of a kick in the pants, is just getting you going. Is since we can't go out and meet somebody here and there, a lot of times say, I would go have a coffee meeting, a lunch, or something like that, and that would be it. Now, knowing that everybody has been, when we were especially locked down, I reached out. You reach out more, and it became habit. So it became a better habit. So I was, able to adjust that in as far as my work ethic and say, okay, now instead of contacting, making sure I'm going to touch base with 10 people, everybody needs a day, and now I'm reaching out as many as I can. How you doing? What's going on? How can I help you? How's the family? All of that has just helped going. And then, obviously sharing what's going on in the market with the rates doing what they were doing and the inventory be doing what it was doing. It was like, if people want to do something, you got to do it now. I mean, you're ready. So,
Right. Right. So and I know you're along with that because I always lean on you for it, because you're pretty good technology wise. Have you changed any of your strategies as far as reaching out to people, either past customers or current customers or new lead generation? Have you changed, enhanced, taken away uh, any things that you found that have been more helpful now in the environment that we're in that maybe even prior?
um, the videos, just any little video. I was starting some and just kind of getting into it a little bit just before we started. But really, whatever I can send in a text, I can send in a text video. Whatever I can send, on a Facebook Messenger, I could do a Facebook Messenger video. Whatever I want to do a little bit of a post on something somewhere, I can do it, but I can do the same thing with just a little bit of video. And because of that, it brings more, interaction and people want to see it more because people look at a picture and they go, but they see a video, they only see the freeze frame and with maybe a little caption and they want to get into it a little bit more. Well, every time they click that, and they see it, they hear your voice, they start connecting with you a little bit more because they feel that they know you a little bit better because even though you're not talking directly to them, they're hearing your voice, so it feels like you're talking to them.
Yeah, well, I like that. I'm a video guy. I don't know that I'm good or bad, but I'm doing a lot. So that's
Yeah.
good that you seeing success with that. And I'm assuming too, probably, I know at least it's been the case with me, since people have been home, and if they're not home all the time, they're home a lot. Seems like the response rate has been better, right? Have you experienced that as well?
Yes, definitely so. And just getting people on you know, some kind of a drip where they're showing them properties has really helped because window shoppers, people, oh, I'm not looking right now, but they're home. What are they going to do? Here's, take a look at some of these properties. I'll send you something every day. You can look, just look. Well, after looking for a while, oh, why not? Why don't, well, maybe that's a little bit nicer. Maybe we could live in this area, and that's really, been good.
Right. That's good. So hey, so let me ask you this, because obviously, and it's funny because obviously today is, my kids, my twin birthdays. So my children are older, and I know that your family is younger. How has it been where you've been able to still dedicate time to do all of the stuff you're doing? Yet I know that you and your wife are also having to stay home and also play a teacher, principal, a student aid, teacher aid, that type of stuff. How have you been able to stay on track and on purpose with your business and take care of your family responsibilities?
For that, I gotta say I've been blessed because my kids are great and my wife is amazing. She helps out. She picks up the slack. She says, "Take your time, do whatever you need to do. Make sure you can handle your business. I'll watch this." Um, and then I've been able to focus when I need to. and of course, family's first. So I have to focus. But when time comes for the family and the kids need help with their homework or to stay on task, we do it. And I've just really been building a better structure. So what's been good about it is you're able to reinforce that structure. This is the time. This is your schedule. Get working with your schedule. So when this is done and we're able to go back to school, the kids have their schedule. They know that homework time, break up, this, that, um, and everybody respects people's time and space. So
Yes, so that old saying of teamwork makes the dream work is really working over there at your house, huh? It's a little bit more of the slogan.
yes, exactly.
Well, that's cool. Something again, just us being friends and talking and working together a lot. I have noticed with you that you have been able to reach out and share the EXP opportunity with more people. That your agent attraction and people that you've been able to expose to the company and bring into the company, at least from the outside looking in, you seem more confident. You seem to be more consistent with it, and it appears that people are being more receptive to you as you're building your nationwide team. How is that going? How maybe has with the pandemic, and also now that you've been here for a little while, how has that made you maybe feel more confident? And what are you doing to share this opportunity with other real estate professionals?
Um, with that one, it's really, how they say confidence is key, and you get your confidence with knowledge.
Right.
So, you know, really, at first when I first came, I was, let me make sure I know everything about EXP to make sure I'm selling houses and doing things right. And then as I got to know that, the other opportunities and the other streams of incomes and everything started popping up. And as I investigated them, I was like, wow, this is amazing. So then it just becomes normal conversation with your friends, and that's first circle. Then to reach out, you just have these bigger ideas. Well, hey, what if we, talk to somebody else and if they're interested? But it's not reaching out and say, hey, you gotta come to EXP because you're gonna make all this money and everything. It's reaching out how we can help them. Hey, how is this gonna be good for your business? It's funny because when I first started, I had the idea, hey, wait, maybe I should call Tarek or something like that. Find a way, get a hold of him or something like that. I didn't think I was there yet. I never did it. But those are the ideas. But as you grow and you get more confidence and you're doing what you're doing, people naturally see you and reach out to you. You grow. Another thing that's helped me right now is recently I just joined the mentor program. So I'm a certified mentor, which is great.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And with that, with some newer agents, I've been able to help them. You're getting your license, you've got your license, and you're working and you're where you're at, and you haven't been doing it great. Well, not only if you come to EXP are you going to get everything there, but I'm going to be able to work with you. I'm going to be able to mentor you and get you to that next stage. So that's been helpful as well.
Man, that's great. Now, again, for those of you that'll see this that don't know Michael, to me, that is really heartwarming to hear him progress and get to this point. Because I remember, quote unquote, helping him a mentor something, not an official mentor, just a friend. I've been around longer than dirt, and he was coming along, so would do my best to help him. So to see to see someone progress within the last couple of years to where now he not only is he a producing on his way to an icon agent here at the company, to watch him achieve a cap status, something that he hadn't achieved at where we were at before, to see all the growth that he has had, and to now find out that he's a certified mentor, so he can bring other folks along and take them along his journey. I think that's fantastic, man. Kudos to you for that, brother. That's really, really, really nice. I'm happy for you with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
So for those of you that are looking at this and you need a mentor, him, not me. Him, not me. He'll have more patience with you than I will.
Hey, you were a good mentor, unofficial mentor. Anyways, I remember hand holding. You held my hand once. After that, I progress, and it was, how did this? Okay, now, Mike, I'll tell you where to find it. Now, okay, here, you have a question. Maybe this is the person you should talk to, but you don't do everything for somebody. You teach them how to fish, which is what you did. So, and you have patience, and you've got a great heart. So I appreciate all that you've done for me.
Oh no, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So let me ask you, have you, um, and I don't know whether you have or have not, like I know a lot of our business plans and some of our goals and just different things have changed maybe from the pandemic, and some of it has changed because it had to change. Some of it changed. I know certain things changed for me just because I had a little bit more time on my hands and looked at some things a little bit differently than when you do when you're like in the rat race the whole time. You're in it the whole time. Have you maybe either are you on track? Have you set additional goals, changed some goals to say where you want to be between now and the end of the wonderful year of 2020?
I have, increased my production goals a bit, and
Good for you.
added into as well, now that I started doing the mentoring, my goals of helping others reach their success level, and also just with, helping people with the company as far as my success team, having that grow, introducing the company to a couple more people that are really going to enjoy, the company and see where we can go, and just getting everybody to the next level. So those goals have all increased, and the support of the family, I've seen change and help with that. I know my wife has always been supportive, but a little bit hesitant as we keep going and saying, I know, but it's real estate. It goes up and down, and just the other day and this morning, she just gave me that huge compliment. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so well. You're so well, and and she says, you know why? And I said, why? She goes, because you're such a hard worker, and I see that, and that's why you're going to get there, and that's why everything's coming to you. So having that support of her and having her confidence in what the business is doing as well has driven me and kind of pushed me towards raising my goals, and pushing them up. So
Good for you. I know those of you don't know Michael's wife, but she was wonderful person. We're actually all family friends as well, and yeah, you got to have that support factor. Although my wife and I work together now, we did not always work together, particularly when I first started. And same way as you're talking, she was a really big rock and extremely supportive, especially while you're learning and everything's not quite going the way you want it to go in the beginning. So that's really cool. It's cool that you've increased your goals, and it's also cool like becoming a mentor and seeing again that growth. There are a lot of people, unfortunately, that we know that are at other companies. Obviously some at our company as well, but at other companies where once the pandemic and things like that hit, I mean, really just kind of stopped. I'm amazed. They didn't do anything, haven't done anything. And, it's great to hear, it's great to hear stories and to hear from people like yourself that are up and coming and moving and, maybe not be at 100% of where you want to be. And someone like me that's been around for a while already knows where you're going. It's great to hopefully that people you're listening to that. But I have to tell you, and Michael and I again, we talk and text a lot, and it brought a lot of joy in my heart to just hear him be happy about now as he's building his team, starting to get revenue share. You know, a lot of people don't understand that just because you're in business at EXP doesn't mean that you just automatically get revenue share. You have to work and you have to help people to achieve that and to actually be doing the same things that we all do every day, hopefully helping families achieve their goals, for you to now also helping agents that begin to get revenue shares that tends to grow. Explain to me how when you got your first rev share, how did that feel?
that was really amazing, and it was funny because I'm going to share. That was a few months back, right when the pandemic had started, and it was actually I had attracted an agent who brought over a little team. So one of the agents that he had brought with him over had closed a rental property. Now rental is a rent. He did a rental, a lease.
Right, right,
From that, my revenue share came in, and my check. I was all excited, and the price I'm gonna share $1.33. But I was happy.
right.
I had something, right? But
Yeah,
the fun,
that's great.
I talked to you, and if you don't mind, I'll share. You told me from all the years you'd been at the other company where you get in profit share, that my revenue share was 2 or 3 times what your profit share check was was that week or
Yep.
that month. So that was then, up a few months later. Now, as people come and start getting more consistent, you know, they're starting to close deals and seeing those checks. It's not in the dollar amounts now. It's in the hundreds that I'm, getting my revenue shares, and it's starting to be consistent month after month. From people, obviously, I don't I don't go out and get somebody who's not doing work, or I don't ask people to come over. And if they are coming over and they're not doing transactions, I'm helping them. So
Mhm.
we want to get them up to the level where they are producing agents. And by doing that, you just get it passed on to you, not from them, but the company decides to share. And that's why it's such a great company that way. And that's why it's so exciting, because for just doing your job and helping others, you get some of the success. So,
I love that story, uh, and I love it for a few reasons. I think that uh, people forget that that as you're building, because this is just part of our business building, revenue share and all that. You don't start off making a quadrillion dollars a month in revenue share, and some people never make that much. Some people never make. Some people don't. Obviously, we know. We personally know a couple of people in the company that are making really good plus six-figure uh, amounts per month just on their revenue share business, which is fantastic. And if you achieve those levels, that's wonderful. But you know what? Just what if in the process of everything you do every day and just helping families, what if that just grows to a point to where monthly you're able to just put a little bit of money away. It's able to pay off some debt when you get debt free, or it pays your car note, or again, for someone like yourself who still has young children and is able to begin to provide a fund for them for school or whatever. I don't care what it is. As we know, unfortunately, in our business, there's not a lot of us that save money. We all kind of live, and all of us know what we've gone to seminars, webinars, day grants, just name it, all that stuff. But pay yourself first and all that. But the majority of us don't do that. So all of a sudden have something begin to build, and it just comes, and it begins to build. It's amazing. So that leads me to the next question, which is again the main reason why Pilar and I came to the company. We came for the stocks.
mm,
We came for the ability to hopefully retire. Our goal was 5 years, and we'll keep accumulating this stuff. We'll build it up. The company also obviously awards you opportunities and gives you stocks. And 5 years from now, we figured, okay, maybe it would be okay. And as you know, we've been able to decently build revenue share. They would decently build revenue share. At least I can tell you for us, especially since after the pandemic, because as things really began to move, uh, we've been blessed that because the stock has moved like 4 times, it's 4x from where it was previously, is that we've been able to actually accumulate, believe it or not, more in our stock investments than we had in the revenue share. I mean, by a lot.
yeah.
It's like because again, Michael and I talk a lot. You guys have to understand. I'll share some things with him, and we'll be really excited of watching this revenue share thing grow, and still very excited. and that wasn't the reason we came. But it happened a little bit faster for us than it does for some. But the reason we came was because of the stock side of this. And to all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, that's why we came to begin with. Has been like one of the most exciting things for us. So I know that you've started, you've been closing deals and you've been doing some stuff. I know you're participating in the repurchase program. I know that it has to put a smile on your face. Tell me how you're feeling now about the investments as far as the stock side of the company goes.
It has been great. And the funny thing is, that's the reason you came. That's something I overlooked or that didn't catch my eye at first when I was looking at the company. I was, because I was at a different stage in my, real estate career. I was, what can help me with it? But just doing it, and like you said, as a retirement, the revenue share is nice to have this, and you think for retirement and everything, but your stocks, stock repurchasing, all those options in the when you get them, it's something that's there. You have it, and I don't know about you, but I'm not touching it. That's my retirement, building up and building up and building up, and watching it and go. And every once in a while, I'll look and be like, "Hey, you know." Um,
Right, right,
it's, I mean, it's just great to know that that's there, that's gonna be there, and that's just gonna grow as I keep doing deals and putting money aside, like the stock repurchasing. Instead of paying that company dollar, that national franchise fee or whatever it is,
exactly.
to them, that's going to your retirement, and it's being invested, so it's going to be earning, hopefully. You know.
Right, right. Good for you. Good for you, and that's great. I hope that people catch on to that part of the story because that is great. It's great that you are doing that. And yeah, I found it amazing. I'm sure that every now and then, when your wife peeks at it, she's like, "Hey, you made a good decision by doing that." That's really really cool. So, hey, so let me ask you this in closing. Now that you have been at EXP for a couple of years, so now you got to really experience it, experience where it's going, settled in a little bit. What is your plan? What is your vision? Where do you think this thing not only goes as a company, but where do you think it goes for you and your family down the road?
All right. Well, I'll start with the company, which is, you know, it's slowly going. It's going to be there. It's going to be nationwide, worldwide. It's going to cover everything, and we're going to, keep growing. But not just the real estate company, Verbella. We have different parts that are just branching out and that are just going to grow. And have this pandemic has pushed. Um, I don't know if you. I'm sure you've seen Verbella, our campus. Schools are using it for their classes. Universities are using it. They're using it for big general meetings. Companies are using it. So we have other things coming that are great with the company. So that's just growing, and it's going to be, I don't know, sky's the limit. I just see everything. And for my family, um, it's just been a great journey, and it's a journey that's going to keep going. The goals are to keep growing, to help as many people. I know back in the day when I first met you, some of your ads or whatever, you go to help 20 families, find a new home. You know, I would love, to get there 20, 40 families find a new home every year, but help 20 agents get to the next level every year, you know. And that's a start, to start with the agents 20, but grow. But not only that, um, on my success team, you know, I'm a certified mentor now, but I have two other certified mentors on my success team.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yes. So not only that, but build people that are coming in that are also going to be certified mentors, get them helping other people. So to get me to help other people to help 20 other agents, but also to get those agents up so that they're helping other agents, so that everybody, because there's enough around to go around. So as long as we help everybody get up, we're all going to get up. And that's kind of the goal. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. You're right, Mike. I know that at least at the time of we were recording this in one of the masterminds I just was out of, that we are almost at, we're just a tad share under 36,000 agents in the company now. And when I started 2 years ago, we were only 12,000.
Right.
I know that the projection is that we'll be over 42,000 for the end of the year, which is which is just phenomenal, and it's amazing because we are still considered to be in our infancy of where this thing is growing. And talking to some people that I know that are some Wall Street people, and number one, they're saying that with our company, beside us, in the space that we're in, that they're looking at us as being in growth mode. If anybody knows anything as far as stocks goes, and you start looking at the Teslas and this and that, and the Amazons and the Googles, and where they're in a certain phase to where they grow really, really crazily as far as their stock prices go. And then a lot of the larger institutions are not, they're not able to put money into stocks that are under $50. If our stock approaches $50 a share,
Oh,
then there's the amount of possibilities of other major players looking at the company and adding to it to the growth. Really is there's some crazy projections on where our stock price will be. I would just say for myself, honestly, it would not surprise me if, of course, economy, blah, 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 I said it's all the other good stuff. It wouldn't surprise me if we were not $100 a share stock much sooner than later.
right.
Which I think is crazy. And I'm glad that you and your family made the move. I'm so happy for all of your successes. And I'll tell everybody here on the call, if you guys have a question about EXP, if you have a question and you want to talk to someone who's probably just in the same place that you are in right now, you don't have to talk to somebody at the top. You don't have to talk to someone, maybe me and Ray or whatever, but you can talk to someone with Michael, everyday dude that's doing everyday thing, that's having phenomenal, not everyday success. Thank you, my brother, for taking a few minutes out. I appreciate you. Hopefully this helps some people as we get this out there, we get our EXP word out, and blessings to you, my friend.
Thank you very much, and happy birthday to your boys.
Thank you.
All right.